Hey everyone, Roblox Dev here, and today I bring you part 3.5 of the simulator series. I might actually call it 4 as well, because we are also going to be completing the shop today. And I'll also be teaching you how to add items to the shop so you can continue the shop as you go through the simulator series. So here's what I will be giving you guys today, a script that, well, it's pretty cool. So this script right here, it'll be in the description, and basically what it does is, I'm actually going to explain it. So here we tell the script what the frame, close button, the scrolling frame, and the remote event is. Hey everyone, Roblox Dev here, and real quick, I forgot to include something in that recording, but right here inside replicated storage in your remotes folder, you need to add a remote event called open shop, just like this one. And then also inside a workspace, inside maps, map 1, inside your shop part, you need to insert a script called open shop, and right here is the code that you need to copy, so feel free to pause the video and copy all of this code out. Feel free to DM me on Discord if you'd like this code as well, and that's really all I have to say. Continue watching the video, and I hope you guys have fun making your own simulator game. And then right here are my on-screen and off-screen position for the frame, right? So when the frame is on screen, it's this position right here. When it's off screen, it's this position. So right here, when the remote event is picked up, so that means when the player touches the part, the frame will become visible and it'll slide in from the top and it will show on the screen. And when the close button is clicked right here, it's gonna slide out to the top and it's gonna become invisible. So right here is the run cleanup. So basically, the frame can be wherever it wants. It can be visible, invisible, but it's going to be set to this position, which is my off-screen position, and it's going to be set visible false, so that when the player touches the part, it slides in from the top. So that's the handler script right here, and we're not actually done it yet. Well, actually, we're going to do separate scripts because it'll get way too cluttered. So this is your handler script, and there's a few things you're gonna have to change in here before we do move on. So what we are gonna do is go to the on-screen variable right here, and wherever your frame is on screen, you wanna go to position and remove all the squiggly brackets. The dots and commas can stay. Just remove all the brackets and grab your on-screen position, paste it in here, and then paste it on this first one over here. And then once you're done that, you want to go to run cleanup, and actually that's going to be your off screen, so only paste it over here and over here. So once you're done that, you want to get your frame and then keep it in the middle and then just drag it up until it snaps off screen, and then you want to grab the position. So I'm just going to get rid of these brackets. These brackets might not be there for you, so it'll be easier to copy, but they are for me. And now once you're done copying your off screen position, you can put it here, and you can put it on the second little tween here, and you can put it on the run cleanup here. So now once you're done that, that'll be your tweening for the shop GUI done. So now what we do need to do is start scripting the actual buttons. So right here, you're gonna insert a local script inside the item 1, and once you've inserted that local script, you wanna do a few variables. So I'm actually gonna, you may have seen a script here a second ago. There it is. I'm just gonna copy some of these variables over, and please do not copy that script. So they don't actually paste because that script's been deleted, but that's okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is do local plr equals game.players.localPlayer, and after that you want to type local tools equals game.replicated storage, and we actually have to go to replicated storage and make a new folder, and this folder, name it to tools, and then inside this folder will be all your tools. So we're just going to do .tools, and then we're going to do local button equals script.parent, and then after that we want to do local leader stats equals plr colon wait for child leader stats, just like that. And then what you want to do is do, let's see, I'm just gonna go down a few lines actually, and right here I'm just gonna do local price equals, so the first one I'm just gonna make the price like 10, and then after that local tool name equals, and then inside these speech marks you can put the name of your tool. So for me that's going to be weight 1, and from there we can start scripting. So button dot mouse button 1 click connect function 2 brackets few enters, and then in here what we do is if leader stats colon find, actually instead of this, since we're doing it a lot, we can do local cache equals leader stats colon find first child 2 speech marks. And if you go to server script service and your leader stat script, whatever you made it right here, whatever this cache name is here, that's what you're going to use. So for us that's going to be cache. We're going to do leader stats, actually not leader stats, but we're going to do if cache, I don't know why it's if cache dot value is more than, actually if cache dot value is less than what's the player's so we're gonna do if cache dot value is more than the price, more than or equal to, actually more than or equal to the price, then what we're gonna do is give the player their tool. So we're gonna do tools colon find first child, and right here we're just gonna do tool name. Well, actually it's gonna do square brackets. So the thing about this is some people might have spaces, so I recommend you don't put a space, and then basically instead of a space what you do is you go to your tool and you insert an image for the texture ID. So and then you can make the tooltip the name of the tool with spaces if you'd like. So we're actually be doing this without spaces, but I will try and configure this for you guys who do have spaces in your name. So you're just gonna put tools and then square brackets and then your tool name colon clone. Looks like that does work. So we're gonna do tool name clone dot parent equals plr colon wait for child, and then inside here you just type backpack. Oops, okay, there we go. So basically if the player has enough, then we give them their tool. And I'm actually gonna do something really cool here. So when you click, it should turn green, you know, and then say like like bought or something like that. So we're actually gonna script that. So let's quickly go here and we'll see that the background color is, we're actually just gonna change the background color in text, not the text color. So script, I'm actually gonna get the background color value here, and we're gonna do local color equals these numbers. So basically just bracket, and what we're gonna have to do is vector3 dot new 2 brackets and then our numbers in there. There we go. So what we do is button dot background color 3 equals, and now here we're gonna set our background color. So we want a green, so vector3, or not vector3 but color3 dot new. So make sure you go over here and change it to color3 as well. And we're just gonna do color3 dot new, and then right here you want to click this little wheel you might get, and you're gonna get this menu. I know you guys can't see it, but there you just select the color. So I'm just gonna go with like a nice little green. So right there, and your numbers will get printed out just like this. And I'm just gonna get rid of these and just make it 4, 6, maybe even 4. Yeah, that works. So now now that we set our color3 value, I think I might be doing the wrong one, but let's actually see what happens. So this script, let's see, if we click item 1 we don't get the tool, but if I use this weight and I pick up some coins to try and get enough cash. And I go here and I click this. Wait1 is not a valid member of folder replicated storage.tools. So what you want to do, make sure is that whatever tool name you specify, make sure it's inside the tools folder. So for me, I'm just going to duplicate this wait, put it in here. I'm going to name it wait1. And then now what we do is hit play again. And right now we're not actually saving our stats just because we're still like making the game, right? So I haven't actually given you guys the saving stat script yet. That's okay. So now if I click here, it turns green and it gives the wait. So there we go. One more thing you want to add up here is local character equals plr dot character, just like this, character. And in here you want to do, we're actually doing a lot of variables, but that's okay. Local hum equals character wait for child humanoid, just like this. So basically what we're going to do is have it so you can only have one wait at once. I'm sure you guys all want this, obviously. So we're going to do humanoid colon unequip tools and then 2 brackets. And then we're going to do plr wait for child backpack, so you can copy this. And then you want to do colon clear all children, 2 brackets. So now it's going to delete all the player's tools and it'll give them their new tool. But you want to make sure these 2 lines of code are above this one, or else it'll give the tool and then destroy it. So these 2 lines of code should be above the one where it gives you the tool, so the one that says clone. And we're just going to make this say it's going to be green. And we're also going to do button.text equals success. And then we're also going to do wait. Let's do wait 3. Actually, let's do wait 2. And then we're going to do button dot background color 3 equals right here. So where it says local color, we're just going to change it to button dot background color 3, just like that. So it's dynamic for you guys, so you don't have to change it. So this will equal color that we set up here. So we can even change this to BG color, just background color, so it's easier to recognize. But this should be your script all done. We're just gonna quickly change the button dot text to whatever it was before. So for us, that's item 1. And now you can go ahead and close off that script and hit play. And now if I just quickly grab a bunch of strength, sell it, and then I open the shop, I have this wait here, but when I click item 1, it says success, I get wait 1, and it goes back to normal. And yeah, there you go. So right now the wait 1 clearly doesn't work. So actually what I'm going to do is create a new video. It's going to be called Fixing Bugs. And it'll be uploaded just tomorrow, so you guys will be able to see that. But basically, the problem is it's not able to check for the it's not able to check the value of your strength every time you click. And it's not able to give you more strength with that. So we're just gonna be fixing that bug. It's really simple. And anyways, if you guys do want to add more weights, you just go ahead and copy this full script, and you want to paste it into item 2, just like this. And then right here you change the price, so we're just gonna make it 20. And you want to change this to weight 2. One more thing I forgot to add, guys, is that we need to make it so that if you don't have enough, it tells you that. So right here, instead of end, you want to just add else, and should create another end. So this is for if you don't have enough. So right here, what you want to do is probably copy this code over here, then put it in here. And then you want to change this color here to red. So you're just going to find a red color, so here's the red color, and you want to change this to not enough cash. And then you can change the text back to what it was, and the background color back to BG color right here. Sorry if this got a bit confusing, but that's all. So now once you're done this full script here, you can go ahead and copy the full thing, close it off, go to item 2, and then insert a local script. And then in here, you want to change the price, and then you want to change the name. So right here in replicated storage, tools, and then right here you put the tool you want. So that's how we're going to be doing our shop. It's really simple, and I made sure to keep it that way for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop a thumbs up if you really like this video. Plus, I did give you guys the handler script at the beginning, so hopefully you could just pay it forward with one like, since that did take a bit for me to make. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the other simulators, the simulator series, you know, tutorials that are coming out. We're going to be completing this, and I'm also going to teach you guys how to publish and spend Robux on ads if you do want to do that. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Anyways, this is Roblox, guys.